Yeah, that was something today, right? 24 days I had to wait. 24 days. Not just me, but tens and millions of Manchester United fans had to wait for that. It's just it just shows us how important it is to have more than a 40 game season and how important match sharpness is during this time of the season. Because once you don't play a match for more than 2 weeks, it really can affect you in the squad. So you saw that from minute 1 all the way to minute 90. But surprisingly, we made Leeds look like the team in third place today. And credit to Leeds because they were the better team today. They were first to every ball. They looked like they were the team that wanted a lot more. And they had every good reason to because they were in a relegation battle and now they're 6 points off the drop zone. So, credit to them for taking it to us today because they're the team that came out with 3 points and we weren't. It's a very disappointing performance from the boys all around. I don't think there's been a match this season where I can say where I just cannot have a man of the match. Maybe Sinalaman's. He made some crucial saves in the first and second half. The 2 goals weren't his fault, but all the other outfield players, they just did not show up today. They didn't, and we have to pay the price for that. The players, the manager, the fans, organization, everyone involved with Manchester United. Straight from the jump of the match, it just did not seem like we were in on it. We started off very slow, very lethargic, and Leeds should have already went up 1-0 in the first 5 minutes with Calvert-Lewin already producing a chance. And luckily we had a good save from Sinalaman's. But then right after that, as soon as the first goal came in from Noah Okafor, brilliant finish by the way, made it 1-0. Yeah, I think that's when momentum was on Leeds' side. Then the second goal, man, like Lenny Yoro just could not keep up with Calvert-Lewin, a proper striker all game. I don't get what it is with Yoro. It just seems like he's a little bit timid to go all out to head a ball or to be physical for the whole game. I get that he's a ball-playing center back, but still, you have to have like that Harry Maguire gene in you where you're not afraid to get your balls ripped off going for a ball. And he was just getting banged up by Calvert-Lewin the whole entire game. And that's kind of worrying to see. We need fearless center backs at this club. And I mean, I just didn't see that. I didn't see that from Lenny Yoro today, unfortunately. Questionable thing about the first goal where apparently Calvert-Lewin was, hitting or didn't. Well, he didn't hit him exactly, but like it didn't seem like it was his intent. But his arm really did hit the face of Lenny Yoro, and that wasn't called back for a foul, surprisingly. But it is what it is, man. I don't know why VAR is not consistent, and we'll get to the main part of this video very later. But right now, before we get to that main part, please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and if this is your first one, whether you're, someone here to watch United fans' tears or just to see from a United fan's perspective on the game, unbiased, by the way. I would really appreciate that, and that would make my day a lot better. So please like, share, and subscribe, and hype the video as well if you can. That would make my day even more better. Getting back to the main point, as soon as Leeds went 2-0 up, we just dug a hole even deeper for ourselves with Noah Okafor getting a shot outside the box. I just don't get how these teams score bangers against us all the time. And the way the second goal led up to it being a goal, I don't get how we don't clear the ball away far enough or just completely clear it out of that dangerous zone where people can take a shot off, even if it's a volley, which we just saw from Okafor. So, credit to him. Good player. He took it, and they took their chances. But could have been 3-0 with Tanaka brilliantly doing a side over Lamens, and I don't know how Tanaka doesn't finish that to make it 3-0. Should have been 4 or 5-0 if we're being honest with ourselves. It should have been 4 or 5-0 at halftime for Leeds United. We got battered, absolutely, completely battered in that first half. The midfield, that Ugarte-Casemiro partnership, I never want to see ever happen again. That is the worst partnership we could ever have. That game. It's unlucky that Manu had a knock in training earlier in the week, so it's unfortunate. It really is unfortunate. Yeah, I don't know what those guys did in Dublin in 24 days' time, but seems like it didn't really kickstart things in the best way possible for us. When it came to that second half, the thing that everyone will remember from that second half was Lisandro Martinez's hair pull. But if you're looking at this from a football fan point of view, not from a Leeds United, not from a Manchester United, not from a Rivals fan point of view, as like an actual football fan, if you look at that as a neutral, you're giving the referee a decision to make. So apparently, Lisandro Martinez somehow has his hand, gripped. Not tightly, but still gripped. And yeah, you can see that Calvert-Lewin's head gets tugged back a little bit, and you can see that jerk of a reaction. It wasn't an aggressive jerk, but there was still, movement there. And the thing is, when you take that to VAR, when you look at it from a replay, what is the referee supposed to do? It's going to be seen as violent conduct, no matter if it's not intentional or not. It's going to be seen as violent conduct, and you're giving the referee a decision to make. And there's nothing you can do about it. VAR looks at that and says, yep, take a look at this. And what does the ref do? Yep, red card. Should we even be surprised? Should we even be surprised that that's a red card? When you go by the letter of the law, it's a red card. But, if fans decided the outcomes, that wouldn't be a red card. But in those moments when you're giving a referee a decision to make, it's a red card 99% of the time. My question is, why is Lisandro Martinez having his hands near Calvert-Lewin's hair? Why? You couldn't just have your hand put on the back of the kit like that? Why? It's one of these little mistakes that make me question even the smallest things. Why does Lisandro Martinez have any business putting his hands in Calvert-Lewin's hair? I just don't understand it, man. You have to look at the situation prior before blaming the refs or saying, the refs are against us, VAR is against us, PGMOL is against us. Well, how about we just don't cause those incidents in the first place and we wouldn't have that type of complaints? But yes, I thought it was a very harsh decision, but technically, letter of the law, correct decision, unfortunately. There's nothing we can do about it. Maybe we send out an appeal and maybe his suspension gets shortened to 1 match or 2 matches, hopefully 1 match, because it seems like we're kind of running out of center backs at this point. Hopefully Maguire starts on Saturday. But what's so surprising about this match is that as soon as we lose Martinez, we go down to 10 men, I'm like, the game is over. We're going to lose by 3 or 4-0. But yet we start actually playing, surprisingly, with 10 men. And it seems like we're controlling the game a little bit more. We're making chances. We should have tied it up. Casemiro had a brilliant header from a Bruno free kick. Brilliant saves from Darlow and from Calvert-Lewin off the line from a corner. Casemiro should have had a brace. Šeško could have had a goal. It could have been 3-2 for us. But I wouldn't have felt good about that win no matter what. That would have been a very scrappy win, and we would have shithoused it. Pardon my French. But, yeah, with that performance that we had the whole entire game, we did not deserve it at all. So the full 3 points, deservedly, go to Leeds United this game. You could see how much it meant to them at full time when Daniel Fark, I don't know how to say his last name, it's weird. He was on his knees and celebrating. That's how much it meant to them. Why can't we have... How much does it mean for us to qualify for the Champions League? Do we want Champions League? Do we want it? We're going to have to find out on Saturday at Stamford Bridge against Chelsea, who also won Champions League. And if we lose that game, we're 4 points? 4 points in front of Chelsea still. But still, it gives them hope. Why don't we just win at Stamford Bridge and don't give them hope anymore? We should have won today and then completely destroyed their UCL dreams on Saturday. But now, since they saw us lose this game, now they have hope. We gave them hope now. And what are they gonna do? They're most likely going to be turning up, no matter how bad of a season they're having right now. It's basically clown against clown now on Saturday, and we'll see who wins those finer margins. But if we have Mainu, hopefully we have Mainu that game, and hopefully Maguire's suspension lowered from 3 matches to 1 match, and that he can be available for this weekend's match. Because if we do have both Mainu and Maguire, I'll feel confident for that game. But if we don't, if we'll have the same team, I don't know what to tell you, man. It's all up to the boys to make me have faith that we can win or even just draw. But we cannot lose that game. We cannot. We cannot make this part of the season stressful like always for us United fans. We can't. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. Don't do this to me. Do not do this to me. And to all the other United fans out there. But like I said at the beginning, very, very bad performance. Very, very rusty for us. Clearly shows that 24 days of rest that we had didn't really do much. And we just looked very off. Touches were off. Passes were off. Very, very off in the first half. That was one of the most roughest watches I've ever had to witness in my life from that first half. So yeah, we move forward. If we win on Saturday, obviously this game, no one's going to be thinking about this game anymore, besides rival fans, and that's just part of the culture. But anyways, guys, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 followers, and that would mean a lot if you could join that journey. And I'll see you on Saturday's match review after, hopefully, we get 3 points at the Stamford Bridge.